Good morning, my friends. Happy Friday before Thanksgiving. Make sure we have volume. All right, there it is. Yes, because there's nothing to do the week before Thanksgiving, I have decided to get a cold, so. So it's a no makeup kind of day. I mean, I did shower and do my hair and stuff, but makeup wasn't an option today, so we're not necessarily going to do face-to-face video. We're just going to jump right in on our cards and my my quick announcements. So here are the measurements for today's card if you're going to join along with me. And then I'll share a couple of, oh, is that the wrong one? Oh my goodness, it is. Because I know why. Never mind. I changed the wrong one on my cover. But we know from past experience that I can fix this quickly. I just have to find out where it says OK or save. Did it change? There. Yes. Yep, so that's what we're using. I'm using the Time of Giving stamp set and the Giving Gift dies today. And we're going to make kind of like an ombre background and let some of our paper do our card making designs for us. And then, all right, let me move my camera down closer and take the light off so we don't get our flickering. This is the November shopping code. I guess my gold pen wasn't a great idea. I thought it would be festive and merry, but it just makes a bad reflection. So when you shop with me during the month of November and use my shopping code, when you spend $50 in product, you'll get the Real Red braided linen trim. And when you spend $100 or more in product, you will get the braided trim as well as a pack of genial gems. All right, so that's that little announcement out of the way. And this is the card that we're going to do today. Pretty. Yeah. Kind of cased from the catalog, changed up a little bit. I made my own background and stuff, but I did get the idea of die cutting the 3 panels from the Stampin' Up catalog. So, got to give the Stampin' Up designers some credit there too. So last night, we had our mystery card party with my upline. I don't have these in the order that I'm speaking of. Goodness. And this was our card we made for her. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Mystery card parties are always a good time. If you're interested in doing something like that with me, you can always join my team. And right now is a wonderful time to do that because through the month of November, when you sign up with Stampin' Up, it is only $75 and you're able to shop for $125 worth of product. So a wonderful deal. And I'd love to have you join my team. And then we could do like some mystery cards also because they are fun. I like doing mystery card parties. Then I wanted to share with you because I know I didn't have a video last week because we had Stampin' Up on stage at home convention or event. It's not really a convention since it was at home. It's an event. But these were my cards that I made from the at-home event. And it's just kind of a sneak peek for you to see some of the designs that are coming in the new 2022 catalog. Pretty stamp set. Look at that. Is that just too pretty? Yeah. So that's up and coming. Also, because, you know, I said this is a wonderful time to get a cold. I am doing Christmas card workshops, and these cards are not typically cards that I share during my live videos because I figure my customers are paying for the supplies to make these cards, so I try to make them a little bit unique. But I do want to give you just a little bit of a show of what we're making. So this year's Christmas cards include our cute little snowman, pretty poinsettias, snowflakes, and that's pink in case it's not showing up on the camera, and our wreath with some pine cones on there. So those are the cards that we're making. 8 Christmas cards at the workshop, and you can do this either with some friends as a group if you like, or if you just want to come here to my house and make your 8 Christmas cards, that's fine. Just, you know, either contact me at BohoStamper.com, or you can go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, and you'll be sure to get all of this information when I first announce it. So for today's card, while I was making this, originally I started making this with our linen paper, and the snowflakes were so detailed that because the linen paper really is a cotton linen, when I was die cutting the snowflakes, they were tearing, and so I knew that wasn't going to work and moved on to shimmery white. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but the shimmery white paper has little teeny tiny sparkles in there. I didn't add those. Those are in the paper. And so for holidays, birthdays too, but especially around Christmas time, I like to pull this paper out and use it. While I was making this, I was thinking the die from this die set with the little ornaments would have been really cute if I did it in green foil, because I still had a couple little pieces of green and red foil from previous years. Oh, I could have used that. Nah, not the bow. I was going to say I could have used that bow, but not really. So anyways, I did go ahead and I made one in green foil, and I made a kind of like an ombre background using Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, and then blend it into Shaded Spruce. So it's lighter towards the bottom, and yes, that's ink all over my nails, and then gets darker as we move up. I tend to work diagonally. I know a lot of people do theirs either just horizontally or vertically. I don't know, I'm weird. I like to go diagonal. So that's how my green one turned out. But this is the one that we're going to do. And you can see my lighter color on the bottom right, and it kind of just blends into a little bit darker and then darker. And because we don't want to leave the background of our card naked and empty, we're going to stamp some tone on tone so that it has a little bit of a background. Okay? All right, now I'm going to just find all my bits that I have cut. Yeah. Goodness. Oh, that green one? Because I was using the foil, I didn't want it to look too just plain in the background, so I decided to emboss that foil. And that's the Stylish Scroll Embossing Folder. That was from a previous, I think that was from a Halloween set. I want to say it was like, I kept thinking, when I was looking for this, I kept thinking it was the Parisian suite that we had, but I don't think so. I think that this embossing folder was actually from Halloween. So you can dress your cards up that way a little bit too, add a little bit more background and texture. Oh, sorry. I apologize now for the sniffling and the coughing. We can add some holiday rhinestone jewels. And it's going to drive me crazy already because I already have my card stuck. Oh, I'm hiding it. That's why. I have a scrap paper here to blend on. Okay, so I have my Misty Moonlight card base. I have 2 pieces of shimmery white cardstock. One is 3.5 by 5, and that's the one we're going to cut the dies out of. And I'm going to cut that die 3 times. And the second one is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and that's the one we're going to blend the ink on. So when we lay our dies on top, it'll have a pretty background. I have some scrap of Highland Heather to cut out a couple little snowflakes for just a little bit of added interest, or like I said, we can use the holiday rhinestones. And I have a couple scraps of the shimmery white to stamp my greeting on, and yes, I have 2, so that when I mess one up, I have a second one ready. All right, put all that stuff away, and we'll get started. I'm afraid I'm going to blur the camera a little bit here. We'll do our background first. And that's the larger of the 2, but I'm going to put my my grid paper here to blend on. I tend to start with my lighter color first. And so that'll be my Highland Heather. I'm going to stamp or tap some of that ink off, because if you put this on your paper right from the ink pad, you're more than likely going to get swirly spots. And remember, when you're doing this, it doesn't look like there's a lot of ink on your paper, but when it sits for a minute and rests, you can see that there is color to it. All right, so add some more of the Highland Heather. I don't really want to get any green in here. And yep, I'm starting the whole base with a light coat of Highland Heather. Let's see, I think I want just a little bit more purpley. Not too much. I tend to get heavy-handed, and I don't want to do that. I do want purple across the whole bottom. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom, and up here is going to be my top. I have a nice layer of Highland Heather. I'm going to move into some Misty Moonlight. And for this, I'm going to start at the top and work my way down into the Highland Heather. Really, this would have been a good idea for me to have a paper towel so I don't get fingerprints all over the ink. Yeah, today was going to be my pumpkin roll day. I was going to make pumpkin rolls. So, we'll see when we get done with this. I think I'm going to go take a little rest with Cam. She'll like that anyway. She always likes having that little bit of quiet time and attention. And we'll see how I feel then, and then maybe we'll get into the pumpkin rolls. If not, looking like maybe a weekend project. Kind of wanted to have that out of the way. I was laughing last night. My husband, he was teasing me. He said, "Well, you don't look so good," because I was sitting on the chair. We were watching TV a little bit before the mystery card. I said, I'm just resting my eyes. He said, "I know, you never do that." And I said, "Well, I was sort of hoping if I took a little rest, you know, I won't be so tired and look so horrible," because we do our mystery cards on Zoom. I said, "But," he said, "you never take a nap." I said, "I know." I said, "So if you're really quiet," and this is Night of Navy because I want it to be a little darker here in the what will be my top left. So I said, if you're quiet and watch TV for a little bit, I thought maybe I could just nap, and so we just had to talk then, and no nap was accomplished. He's like, what if you're getting really sick? I said, I can't possibly be getting sick. I mean, I got my flu shot. I got my COVID vaccinations. I have my shingles vaccination. I've done everything that the good girl was supposed to do, right? It's a cold. And because he was saying, you know, if you get sick, you're not going to be able to have Thanksgiving next week. I'm going to have Thanksgiving. This will go away. So that's why I want to make sure today I rest up a little bit and get rid of it. Yep. Okay. So now that I have my dark, medium, and light, I'm going to use my light, Misty Moonlight again, and I'm just blending it in a little bit more because I put darker blue on top now. I just think that this makes it blend together a little bit more seamlessly. When I go back over, I do my light, medium, dark, and then go back to my medium and a little bit more light to blend in that bottom corner. This would have been pretty too. I just didn't want to do another blue card right away. This would be pretty with the die that cuts out the Santa Claus going across the sky. That'd be a nice one too. But again, I would probably use blue on that. All right, so we'll let this ink saturate into the paper. Set those aside so we have room. Move that icky paper. Got our card base. I need to score that yet at 4 1/4. I didn't score. And then we'll line up our snowflake dies and cut out those 3 little panels, and then we can put our card together. Oh, we have to stamp this, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, in the time of giving stamp set, we have this cute little snowflakes and swirl. I was going to say squirrels. Snowflakes and swirl. Oh, and I put my ink away. Good Lord. Oh, and I need that icky paper back for a minute. So I'm going to, this is a red rubber ink pad, stamp pad. But I'm still going to use my mat underneath because I like to get a nice firm impression. And I have a scrap pad under here because when we are doing a background stamp like that, you want to stamp off the edges of your paper so that it doesn't look too patterny, too uniform. Twist your stamp around a little bit and allow it to go off the edges of the paper. Now, a lot of the center is going to be covered up, but depending on if you're using, because you can use this technique not just for Christmas cards, but if you have a pretty birthday card that you want to make and you have some dies that you would like to use this technique for, it might show a little bit more because you would need to adjust the measurements that I've given you for your shimmery white are based upon this die that I'm using. So maybe you're using a die that is a bit smaller, so you might want to cut your shimmery white down and not have as big a border. Or if you're using a die that's very large and you don't want much background showing, then you would need to make that shimmery white background a little bit bigger. All right, that aside, clean my stamp off. So I've given you the measurements for this, but it is for these dies that it worked. Keep that in mind if you go to use another Stampin' die set. I would probably cut my, geez, that was tough. My background piece that we just blended, I would probably cut that a little larger, because then after you die cut your other panel, you can lay it on your background and trim it down if you need to. So here's my background. I think that's it. Yep, see, it's just slightly smaller. So we're going to see a little bit of trim around the outside edges, and then we'll see the background behind the snowflakes. Get our cut emboss, and I'm using Big Boss today. And the die with snowflakes. Snowflakes. I left a couple little bits. Oh, that's the linen paper. Didn't all come out. Yeah, so join in Stampin' Up. If you have questions about that, don't be afraid to reach out. Join in Stampin' Up doesn't mean that you have to do videos or tutorials or lives. I'm going to line my die up, trying to make an even border on the tops and sides. I'm going to start at the top, and then I will do the one on the bottom, and then we'll do the one in the middle because we can split the difference if my measurements are off at all. So I'm going to use a piece of washi tape and hold it in place so it doesn't wiggle around on me. Yeah, because even like doing my workshops and stuff, I do that because I like making cards and I like sharing with other people the fun that you can have doing this. Trust me, workshops aren't necessarily going to get you rich. They're going to introduce you to a lot of fun people. They're going to let you share what you love doing. And take my tape off there. And then hopefully some of those folks are going to become long-term customers of yours as well. And that's how you grow in Stampin' Up. Personally, I just like making cards. I love sharing it with everybody. But when you join the team, you don't have to do that. All right, so now we're going to do one on the bottom. Kind of the same thing, lining it up so my borders are pretty even there around three sides. Up here. And run this one through. Sorry for the shaking there. Do a little shake, rattle, and roll. Take my die off. Ooh, I got that one a little crooked. My die moved. I had it taped down too. Doggone it. And then I'm going to flip my die around and put my snowflakes on the other side. Hope that leaves me enough room since it moved. I think it'll be okay. Just. That's where my my greening goes anyways, I believe. As long as it doesn't move again. If it moves again. Ooh, it did. It moved again. Stay. Stay right there. If it moves again, I'll be cutting another one. And then I would just have to use these for individual cards. Oh, it made it. Thank goodness. Yay! Woo. Take my die off. And set that aside. And get rid of my big gloss so we have room to put our card together. Because we're pretty close to being done with this one. So you got to take out all your little bits here. Make sure your snowflakes are nice and cleaned up. Take your pick tool or your pokey tool, whatever you have handy. Get the little pieces out. And they just pop right out. It's not really a big deal. Yeah, so some of these stamp sets coming out at the beginning of the year, as well as Celebration, and that's when I joined Stampin' Up, was during Celebration, because for every $50 that you spend, you get a free product. And there are $100 products as well, so when you spend $100, you could get either two $50s or a $100 item. Excuse me. And that was how I started building up my stamps, because I mean, during Celebration, it's so easy to get free items that why would you not, right? And now I've got so many stamps, I don't know what to do with them all. Well, I do. I just need more hours in a day to stamp with them. It's a great way to earn discounts and get your cut and emboss machine if you don't have one. Or if you're looking for a new paper trimmer, great way to get your paper trimmer, get your supplies started, your basic ink pads, maybe an acrylic block if you have a little bit in there that you need to use up. Acrylic blocks are always a good thing. What else? Yeah, I think those are pretty much the basics. Stamparatus, if you do a lot of mass producing, like almost all my Christmas cards that I've done are either packaged up for our Christmas market, which is Small Business Saturday, or to take down to 3 Girls in a Shop in the Land. My cards are on display there for sale. Or ready to go on my Etsy shop. I must not have got this through there all the way, because this one's been a little tough. And this is the one that moved too. I don't know what I did. Made a mess, I guess. So anyways, now I gotta do my friends and family Christmas cards. So I will be doing some mass producing, because I do probably about between 60 and 70 cards. Although with postage this year, I'm just not sure. I think, excuse me, if I haven't heard back from people in several years, they might just get taken off that list, because postage is just too much. Yeah. So once I have all my stuff packaged up for the Christmas market, I can start getting my personal cards underway. But I do want to finish that stuff up. Most of my cards are packaged, but I have a couple other little things. I have some little mini Christmas journals, and last night I finished packaging up the little Santa bags, little kid Santa bags that have some snacks and activity book and things like that. And it's Santa, snowman pen, fun stuff. I think I got them all. Okay, sorry. I didn't know that was going to be the big chore of the day. Now I can add some liquid glue. I'm just going to lightly add glue. Remember, this Tombow glue is really sticky. You don't need a lot. It's going to stay on there forever. A couple little dots around my snowflakes. Make sure they stay down on my card. I don't want to rip in the envelope. Yeah, so anyone who's local and interested, Grace Chapel Church is having a Maker's Market, Small Business Saturday until noon, I think it is, over. And there'll be vendors there with their special items that they made. Actually, if you follow them on Facebook, they're going to start promoting and letting you know all the different vendors that are going to be there. Okay. Yeah, snowflake needs a little dot of glue. He's being difficult. Ooh, it's kind of a lot down there. Right. Now we can add this to our card base. And this is not cut to make an even border the whole way around. My sides are actually a little bit bigger border, and that was why I wanted to put the stamped background on there. But that's just the nature of the measurements after you use the die 3 times. Okay, now I need, oh, we didn't stamp our greeting, and I put that silly ink pad again. Put it away again. Oh, and I need to cut a couple of snowflakes, right? Yeah. Let's make some. Let's cut 3 snowflakes out of Highland Heather. Of course, if you have any of the, what were those, iridescent snowflakes, if you still have some of those, you might want to add them. Or, like I said, we may still add some of the holiday rhinestones. There's one. Whatever you want to add on there to pretty up the front of your card. And we will get our greeting on there. 2. Isn't the die cutting machine wonderful? I mean, seriously, you can do I just lost my snowflake though. Where did it go? I mean, I see some of these, oh, there it is, other card makers, and they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, but maybe you're not into making all the fancy schmancy stuff and you just want to make a nice little card. That's what we're doing. And 3 snowflakes. Oh, no. Come on, come on. Why is everything just, oh, you know why? Because it would just give me a hard time today. There we go. And, oh, I did put rhinestones on that one. Yep. And here's my shimmery white for my season's greeting. I'm going to grab my blue again. And just in Misty Moonlight, I'm stamping my greeting hopefully straight on my little scrap of shimmer paper. Straight would be really nice. Oh, it's not at all. Not at all. Horrible, horrible job. Much better. Thank you. Stamp off. Let's get rid of that scrap paper too. That's being in my way. Keeps falling on me. And now I can just trim that little bit off of the end. What don't I have it on my swirls and snowflakes stamp? I'm going to put it away. I don't like leaving them on the acrylic block. If you leave them on there for too long, they really do get a little bit tough to take off. So I'd rather just put it away. That way it's in my case. I'm not going to lose it. It's not stuck on the block trying to tear my fingernails off. And if I need it again, it's right here handy. Okay. We are ready. Now can I put my ink away? Are we there yet? I'm just going to use my little tiny trimmer here to lump that off. Excuse me. Oh, you like this little trimmer, do you? Yeah, well, you just keep your eyes open. And one of us, when we were able to get these for a promotional thing, or I don't even remember. It was just for a short time that we were able to get them. One of us got extras. And so one of us has some to give away as prizes to my customers and my team members. Yeah. So let's add a couple little drops of Tombow to my purple snowflakes. And you can put them on any way you like. I somehow, I don't know. My other one looks a little bit more lined up than that. Oh, because I'm up too high. I think my Tombow is running out of glue in this bottle again. I've been a card making fool. All right, I'm going to put my greeting down here to hide up where I messed up my die cutting a little bit. So, oh, that's my finger. It likes me, wants to stay with me. That one there. And we'll put this one down here. Yeah. So, not too long here to make this card. It's kind of cute. And holiday rhinestones. Maybe some of the blue ones on here. There's that light and I couldn't tell which ones were blue. I'll have to put that on there yet too. I think a couple little dimensionals we'll add on the back. So next week, I would normally be doing my Christmas in the Making on the 25th, which happens to be Thanksgiving Day. That's probably not going to be a good idea that day. So I think I'll do my Christmas in the Making card on the 24th, because that will actually be our last card before Christmas. And there we go. Our last Christmas card one, I should say. Not my last card, for heaven's sake. We have lots of cards to make. Lots of new stamp sets coming and die sets coming. We'll be able to do lots of new exciting things. Yeah, so here's the green foily one and our two blue and purpley ones. I hope you like the card. You can get started here, and it didn't take that long, so you have some time to make enough to send out to your friends and family. I want to try to get my Christmas cards out early. I think it was last year, my one friend in Ohio, I sent them out. I always send my Christmas cards out like 2 weeks before Christmas. And she got hers, I think, the end of January. So. Or was that the year before? I don't remember. Anyway, get your cards in the mail early. Join me back here Monday. Not here, on Facebook. Facebook Live on Monday at 10 a.m. And maybe we'll get another quick Christmas card in there. And then I will do my Christmas in the Making on Wednesday. And next Friday we'll see. I mean, depends on family and the holiday and everything. So hopefully I'll be back here next Friday as well. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving. Enjoy your friends and family. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks.